All right, everybody, a little review for Ring and the Ring application that I just added to Little House Lansing. Wanted to get the Ring video doorbell. Haven't had that. We've had the Ring alarms for quite some time. Work great, love them. The applications work sweet. But we never had the doorbells. Well, I just got my first doorbell, and I want to give you guys the rundown. First, the rundown on the equipment. We bought a Ring Refurb Video 2 from Amazon. It was $159, $160. Great. Follow the story here because there's a couple of little twists that happened. Bought the WOOW Depot 18-volt power supply. That was like $13. Got the, and I may return this thing. I'm not quite sure yet. This, I don't know how to pronounce this. LAIKE, O-L-A-I-K-E cover. It's kind of got a little hood for the doorbell, and I might just return that thing. And then I got the really an important thing that I was kind of like skeptical about spending the money on, but the Ring Chime Pro. That was a ticket right there. Because of the small space at our door jamb, this is an older house. It's built in the 50s. Both our houses are in the 50s. I only had a tiny, like, 1.5-inch gap to mount where the old doorbell was. I was going to use the wired version of it, even though the guy that owned this house before us had some cobbled up just craziness for a doorbell. And I took all that stuff out because I couldn't figure out what the hell he was doing, and so I needed a power supply for it anyways. Be prepared. I'm a wire guy. I mean, I've been a telecom guy for like my whole career. I've dealt with old wire. I knew going in that using the old wire is probably the best. I like having the physical connection. However, old wire is old wire, and so what happened? Get everything going on the front door, the frickin' wire breaks. Okay, I pull it out a little bit to try to get just a tad so I could splice it, pulled the dang thing right out. So it's like, okay, kind of sealed that deal. But there was 2 wired doorbells, and again, I identified the wire because I'm a phone guy and I could identify wire. I have my tools. So I identified the wire to the side door, back door, whatever you want to call it, which is on our driveway, and that wire was fine. And so I wound up putting the Ring 2 that we bought, the narrow one, the Pro 2, on the side of the house because I didn't have the wire. So if I'm going to do a second doorbell, which I'm going to do here, a second video doorbell, probably add that on later. It'll be the Wi-Fi version. Here's what happened. When I connected everything together, first off, you get the spinning blue light like Ring always does, okay? But if you're outside, I had a problem. I wasn't in the sun at all. I was in the shade of the house. Couldn't see, I mean, it was like I couldn't see the Ring. And then it wasn't working because I had put in that little Pro 2 adapter chime thing that they suggest you put on the old chime, you know, the old style that was existing in the house. And I was really skeptical about that thing because old mechanical things, when they haven't worked for a long time, they tend to just get all gummed up and they're just a pain in the butt. Well, when my first attempt didn't work, Sandy came out and said, hey, you know, that chime in the house is making a weird noise. I'm like, there's part of the problem. So what I suggest you do is you buy the Ring Chime Pro, which plugs in. We got that in the kitchen. Pretty cool. It's a Wi-Fi extender too, so that's great. Because if I ever do this in the garage, now I got an extender, and so it's all good. The wire side worked fine, but the chime shorted out my doorbell, so it could never find the network. So what I wound up doing is I took everything apart, brought it all into the house, because I knew that the Chime Pro had already linked up. I already did that linking up thing. And if you've ever dealt with Ring, you know, you got the QR code, scan it. Their user stuff is so freaking easy. It's like turnkey. So you know if something's not working, you got something wrong on your, it's not the Ring device. Definitely not. I'm always skeptical if it's the equipment. No. It was either going to be the wiring was bad or that mechanical ringer, which it was. So as soon as I took all that apart, I brought the doorbell, the Ring video doorbell, into the house right next to the extender. I tied the power supply down. That's the nice thing about having a separate power supply because it's just, power supply just plugs into the wall. You just splice the wires together, boom, you're done. Did that all right there. Right then it picked up on each other, handshake, boom, boom, good to go. So old wiring, be really, really aware that it might break. And if it breaks, it's a pain in the ass. Next step is going to be to get the Wi-Fi for the front where the wire broke, but the back is working freaking great. I mean, it's incredible. It's working better than I ever expected. So anyways, I'm going to edit the crap out of this video anyway, so I like people to get value and all the parts. And if you got to return something, they're cool about returning. So yeah, I'll be getting this for the other house too, because we don't have doorbells at the other house. But now that I've seen how this works, and I knew the application was going to be pretty straightforward, and it is. So don't be afraid to try it, because it's pretty intuitive. So give it to Ring. You guys, great job on that one. Thumbs up. I had a couple of issues, but that wasn't on your side, that was on my side. And I want to let everybody know, just be forewarned, there's the cost, all of that kind of stuff. The Ring Pro 2 is the best doorbell that they make. So it's like, okay, that's why I got the refurb one, because it was still a little pricey, but not bad. Leave it with that. I'll post another video on the Wi-Fi doorbell. It'll be a lot shorter. This one with all of the little kind of complications that came up, you know, what can I say? Anyways, give it a shot. If you travel, if you're out and about, you want these. Definitely. You want to have protection for your home and your family. Get the Ring alarm system and all of the other little peripherals that go along with it, because they work great, and the application on our phones work spectacular. So leave it there. Thanks, guys. Have a great day, and I hope your Ring adventure is good. Send me a note, subscribe, do all the good things. You know how we do this on YouTube. I'd like to hear from other people that have had any issues, so that you can streamline this stuff, because wasting time and all that, why? All right, peace out, everybody.